What's up, everybody? It's Greg Birch with Delta Financial, and this is the Be the Difference podcast. This podcast is all about making you a better person in your life, in your business, through sales, leadership, marketing, mindset, training, everything under the sun when it comes to entrepreneurship. Got a special episode for you guys today. Today, obviously, as you see, it's just me talking to you, giving you some helpful hints and tips to be better. And today I want to talk about I've had a lot of discussion when it comes to mindset in previous podcasts and then also in most of my videos on my Instagram. If you don't know, I actually do a lot of content on my Instagram. Every single day we do reels and videos and post content that's going to help you as well. So if you want to get extra little tips or information, please go there. It's Gregory A. Birch _ as you saw on the screen below earlier. But there's in the last podcast that I did, I talked about doing the reps, right? Doing the action, just taking action and not quitting. And when it comes to success, there's two real formulas here. And the first formula when it comes to being an entrepreneur is you have to be willing to take risks and not quit. Okay. Andy Frisell talks about this and he says it's like touching a hot stove, right? You have to have the confidence and the courage to touch the stove top. And if you don't get burned, you found success. If you get burned, you learn from that and you learn what kind of stovetop, what it looks like, why it's burned you, etc. And you just got to keep going. And as you go, the stovetops will change. They'll get more advanced. They'll get more evolved. They'll look different. And so you'll still kind of make mistakes, but you just can't quit. So it's this persistent action, just taking action and doing it persistently and consistently over time. If you do that, you're going to find success if you just don't quit. It's like, hey, no matter what, no matter what challenges come my way, no matter how many times I get knocked down, no matter what obstacles I have to overcome or what throws me backwards, as long as I don't quit and I keep getting up, I'm always in the game, right? And I'm just learning. I'm using those opportunities as learning experience. And here's the second piece of this. It's believing in yourself. And that's what today is about. It's about believing in yourself. A lot of times I've had talks with agents when it comes to believing in yourself. And this is my belief, and this is my experience that I've had to go through myself, is I found that the more you do the work, you're creating discipline in your life. And that discipline is creating confidence over time. And it's not immediate. It builds slowly over time, but it also compounds. And discipline doesn't have emotion. Discipline is either on or off. It's binary. It's you have it or you don't have it, right? Motivation, on the other hand, is an emotion, right? I heard an example. I heard a comparison example. And the comparison was motivation's like nitrous. It's like nitrous oxide in your car. It can make you go really fast, but it does not last long. It burns out quickly and it's gone. And you can't keep using it over and over again. Whereas discipline is like your gas tank. Discipline is what you actually need to keep going. And you have to keep refilling that gas tank in order to keep going. And how do you refill your gas tank of discipline? It's by doing consistent actions, whether you want to or not. It's about training yourself every single day. It's about feeding your mind and reading. It's about learning from mentors, is putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, joining masterminds and paying to be a part of them. It's getting on the phones and setting those appointments when you know you need to, even though you don't want to, because you're afraid or you're scared. And what's going to happen is that discipline over time, you're going to see, like, it's kind of like, well, I didn't die. Like, I'm fine. I learned. Did I get my teeth kicked in a little bit? Yeah. On the phones? Yeah, I did. But I also learned all these skills by doing it. I learned this about myself. I learned this about how to deal with other people. I'm becoming a better communicator. And that's going to build confidence in yourself. And that confidence is going to give you that belief. And when you start to have the belief in yourself and you start to do these things, what's going to happen is your mind's going to expand. You're going to look at other opportunities and be like, I can do that. Right? If I were to break this down real simply and break it down to a different concept, let's say that that person that doesn't get up early. Okay. And you don't have to get up early, by the way, to be successful. A lot of people do it and they brag about how early they get up, and that's neither here nor there. If you're getting up early so that it serves a purpose, so that you can get so much work done within the day and still be able to enjoy life and have a work-life balance, which I don't really believe in. I call it work-life harmony, because there's going to be times when you are working more than enjoying life, and there's going to be times where you enjoy life more than working. But it still gets to a point where it's a harmonious balance. It's an ebb and flow. Anywho, if you're the person that that says, I can't get up early, it just can't happen, I'm not a morning person. Well, you're never going to be a morning person because you don't believe in yourself, right? But if something happens where you're like, I don't have any other time to do these actions to get better, but I desire this so bad, like this is going to happen. Let's say that you're in a full-time job and you're doing insurance part-time, or any other side hustle you're doing it part-time. And what happens is that you just decide, you just make a decision. There is no other option. I'm in a dead end job. I'm looking down the road of my life and I see 5, 10, 15 years down the road. If I stay in this position, I'm going to be unhappy. It's going to be a depressing life to live. And I can't do that. I need to get out of this. And so you made that conscious decision, even though you say you're not a morning person. Now you start getting up. You set an alarm. You start off at 6 a.m. and you make non-negotiable, I'm getting up. And what you do is, over time, as you do that more and more, and you start to become productive, you start to see the fruits of your labor. You start to feel the progress in your life. And progress actually brings joy. Having change and getting better in your life brings joy. So you get up, you start reading, you start meditating, you have a good morning schedule, you do some training, and you do all the things that are going to help you to be better at the actions you have to take in the afternoon or evening for your business. So you just have a really good morning routine before you have to go to work for your full-time job. And over weeks, it becomes easier and you start to wake up better, and you start to wake up before your alarm. And then you're like, you know what? I need an extra hour. Now you change it to 5. Then you get up at 4. And now you're like, dude, I'm getting up now at 4 a.m. I'm hitting the gym by 5. I'm getting my workout in. I'm doing all these actions, and I've grown so much. And you start to take pride in getting up early. You start to realize the power in it. And you're no longer the I'm not a morning person. You're the I make shit happen person. It does not happen overnight. It's not something that's going to happen within a week. You're going to have to do this for weeks, months, years in order to get that belief. The more you do consistently, the faster it'll be. But you do have to do the actions, and those actions, those disciplined actions, produce a response of confidence within you. And before you know it, you're waking up at 4 a.m. and it's pitch dark outside, and you're outside doing a run, and nobody's up, and it's just dead outside. Like, it's like not a soul, not even a car is out there. And you take this immense pleasure of being like, I'm a badass because I have the grit and what it takes to do whatever's necessary for my success and my family. And it just creates this deep, impactful, and wide belief in yourself. So you need 2 factors. You need to be able to do the work, but you need to get belief in yourself. And I promise you, every single one of you have what it takes. Every single one of you has what it takes to find the success that you're looking for. But you have to be willing to go out and do it. The belief is not going to come initially. The belief is going to come through hard work. If you got anything from this, if you learned anything, if it changed your perspective, then all I ask is that you share this content. I don't run ads. I don't try to put anything in front of you because I want you to enjoy the listening experience and get as much as possible from this. All I ask is that you take this content and you share it with somebody else that can also learn from it. You put it on your social media, you put it on your stories, you tell a friend, you bring it up in conversation, whatever you do. We're all trying to make everybody, this community is trying to help everyone be the best version of themselves. So let's go out there and crush it. As always, this is the Be the Difference podcast.